tired, sad, angry, anxious. Well, you might have given Stoicism a try, since it's the new popular solution for dealing with these emotions. But something tells me that it didn't really work out for you. The same happened to me too. Let's find out why Stoicism didn't save us from the pains of regular life. Look around you. There are plenty of things to be worried about. Wars, the fluctuation of the economy, the state of the climate. But we don't even have to go there. Every person has their own share of personal problems, like work, maintaining relationships, staying healthy, and trying to feel happy in the face of the constant uncertainty in life. I feel a somewhat of an emotional fatigue living in these times, and I have an inkling that these emotions are shared by you too. Maybe this collective feeling of unease created a pathway for Stoicism to become so popular nowadays. It seems that Stoicism's calling card has become helping people deal with negative emotions, and that has become a great opportunity. And when there's opportunity, there's a potential for profit. Wait, before you click off the video, thinking this is another video essay that sums up to capitalism bad, hear me out. I'm not a debate society kid that's planning on destroying or saving capitalism in this video. Alright? Let's continue. You've probably seen Stoicism online in some form, YouTube shorts or TikToks of inspirational quotes of Marcus Aurelius or Seneca, ads of various Stoicism related books or courses, podcasts, and countless YouTube channels that talk about Stoicism from various angles. One thing is for certain, there's plenty of demand right now for Stoicism, and there are tons of people aiming to meet it in various niches. I'm not above this either. I certainly see this topic's potential, and that's why I'm creating a video about it. But my intentions are educational, not profit-oriented, and that's very important, because in the wake of this huge boom of Stoicism, one thing is for sure. Stoicism has become a product. What does that mean? Well, like any other product, you have suppliers that produce high quality goods and you have suppliers that make cheap goods, and both have people that are willing to purchase, or, in this case, interact with the Stoic content. You'd think that people would pay much more attention to high quality Stoic content, but in reality, there's a lot more people going to McDonald's than fancy steakhouses. So, what am I getting at with this analogy? Well, there's tons of really accessible Stoic content floating around, but the problem, just like with junk food, is its quality.
Think of your mind as a sacred temple. Only some deserve an invitation inside.
I've noticed a huge uptick of AI Stoic videos in my feed. Don't get me wrong, I'm not categorically against AI use. I use AI tools regularly, but the videos being churned out all share the same flaws. The voiceover is AI, so it sounds one note, and the visuals are generated images or AI pre-selected stocks. Both of these lead to very similar and soulless videos that are perfect for casual consumption. And that's just it. These AI Stoic videos, just like McDonald's, achieve a certain amount of quality and accessibility that lures us in and makes us consume. The aesthetics of these videos are one thing, but the contents of these videos are a trap. The trend right now is to create titles that promise a better life with Stoic solutions. X amount of Stoic habits to achieve X. X things a man must do to be X. X type of people to avoid. X Stoic lessons to X. Basically, they pick a common negative situation that people have faced and claim to provide a way out of them. And what do you get when you turn these videos on? Well, besides the aesthetic that I've talked about before, you get solutions that are just answers to ChatGPT prompts. I imagine the creators of these videos just type the titles of the video and ask for Stoic solutions. If you've worked with ChatGPT or any other large language model before, you know that it can produce adequate answers, but it also offers a lot of inaccurate and bad results. But in reality, the accuracy to Stoicism or the overall quality of these videos isn't really important.
Help prevent my replacement with AI by pressing the subscribe button. Your support saves me from making endless AI Stoic videos.
Why? Because the target audience for these videos are people looking for quick and easily implementable solutions for their problems. So, if they watch these videos and get inspired to solve their problems in a Stoic way, that's great, right? Remember how I referred to these videos as a trap? Well, it's because you and I have seen this trap before. It's the self-help trap. The self-help genre in itself is twisted. On one hand, you have various specialists that are trying to give quality advice to people in need. But on the other, much bigger and more visible hand, you have opportunists looking to make a quick buck by offering subpar advice that leads you to buy their app, book, or courses that don't really give you results either. Also, most Stoic content is very male-oriented, so it's great to see that guys finally have their own version of manifestations and affirmations. I started with talking about AI Stoic videos because it seems to be the lowest quality Stoic product you can make right now. But, as I've mentioned before, there are various YouTube channels, podcasts, books, courses, apps that sell Stoicism in some way. I'm not saying all of these are bad, but there's a huge amount of low quality Stoic content flowing around that you could call pop Stoicism. Pop Stoicism isn't different from any other pop product genre. It's like pop science or pop productivity. You throw the juicy pieces of the subject out to the public so they attract attention, make promises of a better life, and throw away any important context on the subject. Stoicism is being molded like clay to feed the needs of the seller. I'd say the biggest selling point right now is the promise of controlling your emotions and fixing your life. But there's Stoicism for productivity, for business improvement, and so many other cliches. Stoicism is just being used to sell you the same things with a different appearance. Up to this point, I've mainly talked about the creation of low-quality Stoic content, but let's shift to its consumption. There are two big problems when consuming this type of content. First, you can only achieve passive engagement with it, and second, there's a decent chance of misinterpretation. Well, Stoicism isn't really cut out to be consumed casually, since it's a school of philosophy and not a kit of handful quotes you can turn on in the background, even though currently that's the most popular form of it online. The quote and tip type videos only let their viewers reach a surface level understanding where the philosophy is reduced to a collection of useful mental hacks rather than a comprehensive way of life. When Stoicism is only viewed through a lens of stress management, decision-making, and personal effectiveness, the philosophical aspects of Stoicism are overshadowed. This leaves the viewers with a crooked vision of Stoicism, and while it may inspire and motivate them, it won't help fix their problems long term. I've learned this lesson countless times. While it may be fun learning philosophy through memes and short videos, you have to hit the books or watch some lectures to truly understand a specific author and his ideas. Pop Stoicism will only get you so far. Academics refer to philosophies as philosophical systems for a good reason. If you only have certain parts of a system at your disposal, it's not going to work, or it will only work suboptimally. Without knowing the ethical, cosmological, and logical parts of Stoicism that are very rarely, if ever, discussed in Pop Stoicism, you won't have the parts that tell you the reasoning behind Stoic thinking. You may say that you can apply Stoicism's principles without fully understanding the deep reasoning behind it, but let's check if this holds water. Here's some popular Stoic wisdom. First, distinguish things that are in your control and those that aren't. Only focus on the things you can control. Second, learn to love and accept fate. Embrace whatever life presents with calmness and composure. Third, emotions are a product of your judgments, and that by changing your judgments, you can maintain tranquility. Sounds good, right? Now, let's imagine a person that saw these lessons in a Pop Stoic video. He's probably struggling and wants some structure in life. Let's add another layer. Let's say this person has invested a lot of his funds into funny internet money, and then the virtual currency crashes. Do you think this person will be tranquil and will calmly look for ways to improve his situation? No, of course not. All Stoic teachings get thrown out of the window once a person realizes most of his savings are gone. He will probably go into an emotional spiral and do some impulsive decisions that are probably going to cause more trouble for him. Do you think a person that looks for quick and easy solutions on the internet, invests their money solely into cryptocurrency, will be able to apply Stoic principles? Stoicism is like any other practice. If you haven't invested time into learning Stoicism, tried to apply its principles, failed, and tried again, you aren't going to get any results. It's not enough to casually watch AI Stoic videos and expect life to get better. But you know, there are things worse than not being able to apply Stoic principles. At the start of the video, I've mentioned that Stoicism didn't save me from life's pains either. You know why? Well, I didn't fail to apply Stoic principles, I misinterpreted them, and for a short period in my life, I became a cringy Sigma male. I didn't watch Stoicism videos online, but I think I had one lecture and a seminar in university about it. It sounded so good that I decided to base my whole personality around it. I imagine that this is a pitfall that many young guys can fall into. This is probably why much of the Stoic content is so masculine. Anyway, I only did some light reading about it and tried to apply the Stoic principles in my life. That amounted to me suppressing my emotions, becoming way too indifferent, and chasing my goals in life in a pretty toxic way. I thought Stoicism was just a "it is what it is" mentality. Luckily, I found a love for virtue ethics in university, so I shifted my focus and read a lot of Aristotle, which, in turn, ended my fake Stoicism phase. I didn't need much effort to misinterpret Stoicism, and this is especially easy if you're consuming Pop Stoicism content. Suppressing emotions and becoming indifferent are probably the easiest mistakes to make when trying to be Stoic. But there are other dangers, like becoming individualistic, passive, or spending too much time prepping yourself to deal with the negative aspects in life and not enjoying the good ones properly, and so on. In truth, all of these misinterpretations lead to more problems, not solutions. The newfound popularity of Stoicism is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's great that more people are interested in Stoicism. There's tons of potential to learn if the person spends proper time studying the Stoic way. But most people are going to be flooded with Pop Stoicism that's just a misshapen husk of the philosophy. Combined with the passive consumption and a high chance of misinterpretation, this will only lead to unsolved or even new problems. And that is why pop Stoicism won't save you, me, or anyone else.